I say nothing significant is done alone. Today, I want to check in with you. I want to check in with you, and I also want to talk to you about the way leaders check in, the way not just like in a corporate or work setting, but family leaders, um, social leaders, people check in with others. Nothing significant is done alone, right? So one of the things I want to just share with you, and you already know this, is our personality is made up of what we think, yeah, um, what we feel, and what we do. That's how our personality is made up. It's like our thoughts about what we are doing, what we are thinking, what we are feeling. That's our personality. And so, guess what? If we are consistently focusing our attention and time on what we used to do, what we used to believe, how we acted or behaved when we were smaller, younger, when we were less experienced, then this check-in session is for you if that's what you are doing most days, most nights, right? So the first thing is I received a text this morning, and it was from someone that I'm working on another project with. Our project is focused on leadership development, right? And so in that conversation, the lady who texts me, she says, "Hey, I just wanted to make sure that my part, is synced and aligned, and this is what you want." And that was like a check-in session. And I was like, how cool is that? How cool is that? And so we actually talked, had a conversation, because again, nothing significant is done alone. So I want you to follow me with this, right? Stay with me. Stay with me. So think about the conversations that you're having um, with other people, but more importantly, the self talk that you're having with yourself. The self talk, right? Like, what is it you're saying? What is it you're beating yourself up about? And what are you doing? What's your behavior like, right? How do you feel when you say, you know, self defeating things to yourself? Did I just say that? Self defeating to yourself? Oh, I got jokes. So I wanted to first just say that this is a Better You Leadership podcast. This is a live recording of the podcast. My name is Angela M. Odom, and I teach women how to lead themselves and others and how to manage processes so that the life that you want, the life that you desire, it actually manifests. And so the first thing I know is we are inundated with other people's stuff, other people's thoughts, all this music, all this access, in the palm of our hands. Like I love TikTok. I'm gonna tell you, I might be addicted. I'm just gonna tell you right there, I love it, right? I love the dancing. I love how they tell me things about my phone. I love following the various issues, all of that. But guess what? I have to push it back because it seeps into my thoughts, right? Into my behavior. It seeps into the way I feel. Nothing nefarious. It's just, okay, whoa, I've spent like, thought I was going to be on here for like 5 minutes. It's 30 minutes. That's my behavior changing, right? So I'm checking in with you, checking in. That's what we're doing. We're checking in. And I'm going to challenge you to send someone a text, pick up the phone and call somebody. People don't really want to talk a lot on the phone, which is kind of crazy, isn't it? How things have changed, how things have evolved. And so you might just want to check in with the other person, with somebody else that maybe you haven't talked to in a while. Just say it. And you just say it just like this. Hey, this is Angie, or this is Charlotte. I'm just checking in. Hey, and then shut your big old mouth and allow them to give you feedback. And if you don't get feedback, then guess what? Guess what? It's okay. But go ahead and check in. They might have to process the fact that they ain't heard from you in 25 years. So the bottom line is our personality. We always want to start with um, uh, the where I start is it's always me versus me. when I am working towards achieving anything. Like, I'm never going to compete with you. Never am I going to compete with you, right? I'm going to collaborate with you. I'm going to work with you. I'm going to, attempt to add value to you. And sometimes, like, I'm a cussing Christian, I might cuss with you. I can drink with you, right? All those things. But at the same time, I'm never going to compete with you because again, my personality and yours, and again, what's our personalities is what we think, what we do, and what we feel. Like, I feel happy, sad, shame. I feel terrified. What we feel from our engagement with others, when I engage with ourselves. So me versus me is what I want you to focus on first and foremost. Me versus me, right? And so I'm checking in with you. And this is how you would do it with your teammates at work. You just walk up to the desk, right? Just walk up to the desk and you might say, hey, I'm just checking in with you. And then shut your big old mouth. And, you got to build some safe space so they know that whatever feedback they give you is not going to be blasted all over the place or used against them and all that kind of stuff. Just check in with them. You said not a cussing Christian. Yes, Charlotte, I am a cussing Christian. Um, so checking in. That's what I want you to do because that's what leaders do inside of your home. Inside of your home, some of you may have small children. Like, I have a teenager. You might have grandkids. You might have nieces, nephews. You might have a husband, wife, uh, whatever. You might have an elderly person, whatever it is you have in your home. You want to check in your home without squashing whatever they might, want to share with you. So you want to check in. And again, you're not competing with them for who's right or the conversation to own it, right? You're not competing with them because of the power structure, because it's always me versus me, meaning that I want to learn from his experience. I want to gain from his experience. And even when I mess something up, I want to actually be better for it, right? So inside of your home, for me, last couple of days, my son, my teenager's been texting me. We're in a house and he's texting me. He's at school and he's texting me. And it's nothing in my mind that's critical, right? But like, hey, guy, just walk over and talk to mom. But no, the other thing, as you're checking in, allow the person to respond in a manner in which they're comfortable, right? So that was what he was doing. He was checking in with me, right? Checking in. It comes in all different forms. Checking in. So inside of your home, you wanna check in with folks. And I give that to you because it's so powerful. It's so very powerful to engage with other people. Nothing significant is done alone, right? I'm gonna gonna take some trips over the next um, 2 years. I've already planned them, right? So I'm checking in with the places, the people that I know that live in those places now. Say, hey, I'm going to be in your area. I don't really have any expectations for you, but I just want you to know I'm going to be in the area. So I'm checking in. And guess what? Checking in with folks. They're like, do you need me to cook you dinner? Yes. I don't need you to, but that would be great to check in, right? Of course, I'll be staying in a different place, but at least that couple of hours with that person is going to be fabulous with their family, right? So checking in. And so this is what this short session is all about. It's time for you to take some action, right? And so I'm going to demonstrate what you would do. And then once you do it over the next, 72 hours, just come back to me and just respond. I checked in, right? I checked in. So I'm going to demonstrate. If it's with your folks inside of your house, or the way I do it in my house is I just say, "Hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? Oh, what you watching?" And I sit down, and sometimes it's some stuff I would never watch. You hear me? Some of this, I think it's like the Japanese um, animated series where they have the English captions at the bottom. And so my son's all into that. So, I'm sitting down and I'm saying, "Oh, look at this." And then by the time he finishes one of those episodes, I have checked in, right? So it's where he's comfortable. And I go to that space and sit down. And I'm amazed if I add some food to that whole thing right there. If I add some food that he likes to that scenario, that situation, then Lord have mercy, I might learn all types of things. All right. Oh, Charlotte said, "Come to Colleen. I would love to cook for you." And I would love to eat your cooking. Thank you. So that's how I do it in here. And so, however you do it in your home, but do it. Check in, check in, check in. There's so much going on, so much nastiness, so much meanness, so much um, foolishness. And then there's so much greatness and goodness. So let's not get overwhelmed by the negativity. Let's put some positivity back in there, right? So that's how I do it in the home. Inside of work environments, and like I mentioned earlier, just walk up to someone's cubicle, or walk up to, if you're outside, walk up to them and just says, "Hey, I just want to check in with you. How's it going? Did you get those resources? What's going on with you? Is there anything I need to know?" And I always say, "Is there anything you want me to never ever do again? Is there anything you want me to continue to do?" Just use those phrases. But bottom line, I'm checking in with you, and make sure that whatever it is they share with you, and if it's not for everybody to know, then don't tell everybody, right? Is if it's something that you are going to take action on, don't lie about it. Don't make any threats. Don't make any promises, right? No threats, no promises, but check in. At least you would know. Then you decide whether you're going to take action, right? And then that's the other thing is you would do. So that's in a work environment, and then just like my siblings, right? We're in a group text. Last night, one of my sisters said she loves to garden, and they found like a big old snake in the garden. So we went on and on about the snake and what we can and cannot do, and all this kind of how do you get rid of them, that kind of stuff. She was just checking in with us, right? To see if we had any snakes in our area. And I was like, "Oh, yes." Right. So just checking in. And so you might just share what you're doing, but don't don't be whining and complaining all day long, right? Right. So checking in. And then whatever it is, don't try to match. Don't try to match whatever it is they share with you with whatever's going on with you, right? Allow the person to have the floor, allow the person to have the space as you are checking in with them, especially in the work setting, which sometimes that could come off as diminishing or downplaying what they perceive as important. So checking in, that's how you're going to do it, right? You just want to check in with them. Um, I'm also in some other organizations, and so this morning I literally text somebody at about 7:49 this morning. "Good morning. This is Angela M. Odom. Checking in. Are you ready to talk about A, B, and C? Let me know when you're ready." Right, checking in. And then the response was my name in all caps with 3 exclamation points or 1 exclamation point. And I was like, "Oh, too early?" And then the response back was no. And then of course we went back and forth, just checking in, right? Checking in, checking in. You do it any way you want, but um, there's so much going on, and communication, open dialogue will resolve most issues, right? Because one is going to reveal, it's going to illuminate if there's any issues, and it's going to provide an opportunity to do something about it or not. Right? Don't make any promises, don't make any threats. as you're checking in with people. People, in my mind, are doing the best they can. They've got packed calendars, they got responsibilities and obligations, and they don't include you. Those people's obligations, responsibilities don't necessarily include you, and it's okay. So check in with them. When people ask for me to do something that's going to involve my resources, my time, me to do something different than I'd already planned, then if I can, I'll say I can carve out some time on Tuesday between 11 a.m. and 1. That means at any other time, I'm not available. So you're checking in. That's one way to respond when someone, requests your time, your effort, your energy. Okay, so I've been all over the map, right? But what I want to make sure that you do is check in with someone, whether they're in your home, in your social environment, your family, extended family, and in your workspaces. And all you have to say is, hey, just want to check in with you. Make no promises and make no threats. And don't lie. Don't lie. Do not lie. Okay. So with that said, how you doing? So that's me checking in. And I see you, Mo. He says, thank you. I definitely check in with some people this week. Okay, yeah. Jackson, Mississippi, my hometown, Jackson, Mississippi. So I see you and I appreciate you today. And I just want to let you know all these things that are going on all around us, they're not happening to us or against us, right? So let's step back again for our personality and what makes up our personality. It is our thoughts, what we think, and our actions, like what we do, and then what we feel. Like I feel sad, happy, glad, whatever that is, our feelings associated with things, behaviors, people. And so all these things that are happening around us, then we set up some boundaries, right? Set up some boundaries and make sure that you have space in your life. Well, it might be 5 minutes. It might be 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes, where there is no music or TV or kids or lovers or whatever it is, nothing in the car, whatever it might, just you just turn everything off so that you're able to have your own thoughts without other people's input, right? And that way you check in with yourself, which is the most important person that you will check in with. Check in with yourself. All right. All right. With that said, you all have an amazing day. This is, again, the live recording of the Better You Leadership Podcast. And you can find this podcast on all of the streaming platforms. Make sure you go and hit that subscribe button so you're notified of another great episode, right? And I would also encourage you to just take a deep breath. Just take a big breath. Say some positive things to yourself. Check in with you first, and then check in with some other people within the next 3 days. Fall back, circle back, and let me know how that goes. All right, you all take care. Have an amazing day. And again, this has been just my pleasure to engage with you. Take care.